went to the fair. It was maybe our third time going. I was in my early 20s. And we had already known each other for, upwards of 3 years. We already had our tradition, so we had kind of a rhythm around it. I remember before we went to get our disposable cameras. We got all set with our tickets. I remember we went earlier in the day, so we could have the whole day, and later, I think Ben was going to meet up with us there later, but it was just us, which I was really excited about, and we got all ready. I was wearing this t-shirt that I loved at the time, like a gray tissue tee from J. Crew that had these fabric strips sewn in a pattern on the front, so kind of textured like cream and gray. I remember wearing that and just some boyfriend jeans and flip-flops, because I remembered how hot it was when we went before. So got all dressed and comfy, had our little cameras with us, and went to the fair. I remember it was really hot already, even in the morning, hot and sunny. And we went in. I feel like the first thing that I noticed was, one, getting through the line of people, and it just smelling like the fair, and you could already hear the sounds of the rides going around for their test rides, and not a lot of people in them yet. And got our little wristbands. I remember, just love that feeling of getting a wristband on at something like that, because there's some excitement to it, and you already feel like you're kind of part of the event. And then pretty close to the front, there were all the booths with those little kind of minute games and the puppets, not puppets, the stuffed animals and things. So all the bright colors of that, it all feels very vibrant to me. And part of that, I think, is reality. Part of that is my perception. So it felt very fun and bright and youthful and exciting. And so everything kind of pops in my brain. I remember, close to the front was that ride that goes just around in a big circle and suspends you upside down at the top. And I remember we took a lot of fun upside down pictures that time there. And even went back to that ride later that night to go on it again. I remember off to the left, we walked past all of those booths, walked past a few of the other upside down rides, and that kind of swinging hammer, I don't know what that one's called. We walked all the way past it to go to the zipper, and we're waiting in line for a bit, but being so excited to ride the zipper over and over. And when we went in, it's such a clear memory to me, the inside of the zipper. When they close that gate, so you've just got the mesh in front of you, and I remember seeing your face all laughing and excited with the bar over us, and we were kind of just rocking it back and forth. And we have a lot of pictures of these faces of ours in there, but the zipper itself is a strong memory for me, because I think that year we had already been on it before, so we knew we had a lot of fun, but we just laughed the whole time. It's hilarious. And then thought it was a great idea to go and get some of the favorite foods that we have that year, but we were, only 3 years older, but made a big difference, because we went and got food and got some snacks and ate them on the grass, and the grass felt nice and cool for the hot day, and just kind of ate some of our treats. And I looked forward to the corn every time, because it's hot and buttery and so sweet and fresh and crunchy. Loved it. Was so excited for that year. But then we went on that spinning ride, the one that's kind of that centrifugal force that you get caught up against the wall. But we thought it was a great idea to get back on that right after. Oh yeah, we'll just spring back and go on that. And we just knew right after we went on that, we were laughing and everything. When we got off of that ride, we were both a little quieter and just kind of took a pause because we both felt super sick after it. We're so pale, did not feel good, and all of a sudden the weather felt so hot and like even more stifling and sweaty. And we sat under that tree right outside of that ride, and I think next to it was one of those like fun house walkthroughs. So I remember kind of hearing the fun house music and laying on the dirt underneath this tree, a little bit of grass, and we decided to take a picture with our like kind of whiny sick faces. Took a selfie together and just kind of commiserated, and that became this very fun, playful memory too when we made ourselves sick, like halfway through the day, if that, because we thought it was a great idea that we had like stomachs of steel. Mostly what stands out to me is like the brightness, the warmth, feeling very loved, and also just connecting with my love of relationships and also all of my playfulness. So if I think about, when you ask like something that connects to my sense of self, I feel like very connected to my values of relationship building, but also just playing. Even as an adult, I love to play. I love to have fun. I love to laugh and be spontaneous. And I feel like that combination of things made these ideal memories with you specifically of us building a relationship, but also just having so much fun and like laughing our heads off and just flipping over and over inside the zipper, like being so fun and silly and all those things, and then like getting sick together and taking pictures of it all, and it just being this like positively messy thing, like a beautiful mishmash of these different experiences. And so loving all those parts of it, just connecting with my very fluid, playful self, and also letting that part of you connect in the same way. And so that's my memory.